Hey, instead of an ad this week, I just wanted to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for letting me work on PST full time. It's been my dream since I was a kid to make YouTube videos as a living, and as sad as that sounds in retrospect, it actually does mean the world to me that I get to actually do it. So whether you're a Please Stop Talking fan, Perilous Storytelling fan, patron, an avid listener, or this is the first time you actually try us out, thank you so much. And now on with season 4 finale.
This is Owen's first episode.
This is caveman music. I dig it.
This is new age.
What is happening?
It's new age. I'm spicing it up.
Clarity album.
This
I'm
just
into
sounded
it.
like Grimes
New
music.
age, just like the
Welcome
fucking
to the
Bronze
podcast.
When
didn't even
Hogar
make
makes
sense
his
as a
bronze
joke.
cutlass. Ah!
When Chungli goes with Hunga to get berries
Honestly,
without you.
Welcome to the podcast, but also I went to a festival and once they said, welcome on stage Grimes, I fucking left.
Really?
Yeah. Tyler the Creator. I went there for like Skepta, JME, Tyler the Creator, and then there was like two shows at the end, and one of them was Grimes, and I didn't know it was Grimes. So when they said that, I just went, "Hey, let's leave," and then we just fucking left.
Man.
A friend made me leave for
Ed
churches
just
once.
fucking hates women.
Yes, I also don't like her music.
Welcome
But I
to
did
the
find
podcast.
that exchange where she was like desperately asking Elon to stop making fun of pronouns. I found that fucking hilarious. What was
Then
up
they
with
named
that?
her baby like a aircraft serial number, right?
No, that was
Yes.
beforehand.
Oh, okay.
That was way
I'm pretty sure that was
before.
after the. I'm pretty sure that was after the baby.
I did. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
keep
saying
up.
that naming the baby the serial number was way before the
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this happened after they named the baby after Nintendo support email code.
Yo, what's your friend code?
Just give me your friend code, brother. Oh, it's my baby's name. That way I can remember it. What if you lose your Switch account? Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
shit.
That was pretty wholesome. 100.
Speaking
Gonna
of wholesome
post your
100,
mom to Big Chungus.
people were very confused last episode because they thought, wait a minute, I thought Ed was in the hospital. No, I got hit with a car now. This is the post-car episode. Get your facts straight.
Anyways, anybody else got hit by a car?
I mean, I don't
I mean,
know.
Oh, wait,
a
you
while
weren't
ago.
starting it?
But
Did you interrupt Ed
Yeah.
transitioning into it naturally? What the fuck was
What
that?
was that?
Oh, whoops. I did.
yeah.
Like David is.
I was like, what's
Ed is
happening?
literally starting to talk about it, and David's like, "Does anyone else hit by a car? Anyone?"
That felt like an auction. I got one guy hit by a car. Anybody else got hit
Can I
by
get
a car?
toll? Can I get toll?
Please? It's like he desperately doesn't want me to talk about any reason you don't want me to talk about the car, David? You got something to say?
It just hurts to hear you in pain.
David was the driver.
No, I would never drive a car.
Dude, that was fucking
Not
awful.
well, apparently.
The last thing I remember listening to was Blinded by the Lights. I came out of the hospital hating two things, The Weeknd and Among Us. I'm a
Why The
changed
Weeknd?
man.
The weekend? Why the
'Cause I-
weekend
what
specifically?
he did to you.
I just said that because I was listening to Blinded by the
Oh.
Lights before I got hit.
and then you were blinded by taillights.
Literally, yes. I was trying to put it on, and then my phone's battery died, and then I saw headlights on the floor. I was going to say
You were
ceiling, but
blindsided by the
opposite.
lights.
And then I looked
Ah.
behind me, and I saw a car, and I went, "Oh, I should probably go to the side of the road." And then the guy just fucking hit my side and threw me off the bike. And the reason my spleen took so much damage is once I got out of the hospital, we tested it. When I stand up, my spleen is perfectly aligned with the side mirror of a car. So it just went straight into my
fuck.
fucking, yeah.
Oh Jesus!
I still have a gash that sometimes when I scratch my back, I'll just randomly, like in calls, I'll randomly go, fucker! And because I forget it's there. I'm on painkillers like all the time. It's crazy.
Oh, dude, that's so fucking sick, dude. I love painkillers.
The best part about this is you can come out of this max pain.
Yes, they don't work
Yo.
as fast as I thought they would.
You should start an addiction, dude.
Yeah, you can do bullet. You can do bullet
That would
time,
be
bro.
so fucking sick.
Try
You
this.
said it like buying a timeshare. You should start an addiction.
Go to your priest to talk about your marriage falling apart. What should I do, Father? Well, I think you should start an addiction. Here's some methamphetamine. Get at it.
They really don't overestimate how good morphine is, dude. That shit, once it hits, you feel it like go into the funny tube, and then once it hits,
Oh yeah.
your fucking head just goes
It's a
back.
good time.
But yeah, the my favorite part of this story is telling people that once
do
the guy
drugs,
hit me, I
kids.
looked around and I didn't see anyone, and my phone was dead. So I just picked up my mangled body and I got back on the scooter and I went, I should probably go home. And then I looked in the mirror once I got home and I went, I'll sleep this off.
Dude,
I woke up
the
and I couldn't move.
adrenaline is fucking nuts, dude.
I woke up and I couldn't move my arm or my legs. So I just charged my phone for a couple minutes and I text my mom and I go, hey, don't freak out. I got
I
hit
need
by
a
a
ride to
car.
the hospital.
And then she just goes, what? And then she goes up the stairs and she sees me and she goes, I need to lie down. Because, man, I look terrible. My fucking elbow was backwards. My fucking...
Oh my god,
fucking,
what the fuck?
My fucking, what do you call it? My side, like my fucking hip was just ass, my chin. I don't know how accurate this is. This could be my mom like freaking out, but I don't think she was. But apparently under my chin, you could see bone. So that was cool.
Oh, dude.
God.
I fucking yikes.
And then I had like the entire left side of my face. Well, not entire left side, but a lot of it. You could see it on stream once I got home afterwards, but there was a big chunk of it that was just scraped off because I slid on the asphalt. And apparently that's no bueno.
Jesus.
It's good to know.
And then that's when I got taken to the hospital. And I just want to say to any Americans watching this, I don't want to politicize this, but you know that like one of the big arguments that I see against socialized healthcare, it's like, Europeans when they go to the emergencies, they have to wait in line. You're full of shit. I don't know what the fuck you're on.
To be fair, you got hit by a car.
Yes, but their argument is always that like, if I need to go to the hospital for like an emergency, I have to wait in line.
Oh no, if it's an emergency, usually you're like, they're like,
you just
fuck,
go.
dude.
I don't know why people say that, but whatever.
It's because they hear, if you have a non-essential operation, you'll need to wait in line compared to, sorry, if you're bleeding out, you have to wait in line.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's what I thought they were saying.
If you have head injury or like any trauma, they're like, oh shit, bro, get on that.
Luckily, I didn't have a head injury, but at the cost of my right arm, which is actually fine now, which is good.
Hell yeah.
When I remember when I fell off the scooter, I fucking like all the damage went straight to my elbow because I put my right arm in front of my face, so my head was fine. I didn't get any like concussions or anything.
You did have bone showing out of your chin, so I don't know about that.
No, that's from the sliding. From the sliding.
I'm just saying that
afterwards.
counts as part of your head.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure
you
your
know,
brain
it's not
was
the
fine.
bad. It's not the bad type.
Yeah,
where it
I'm glad your
bounces.
brain was fine.
It's like that image. Oh, your regular big brain gets a concussion, takes damage. My brain, small, can dodge. But yeah, and then they took me in, and then what's weird is that when they took me in, I didn't get taken in by a doctor. I got taken in by like 2 interns in a row. And when they fucking felt me up, they both like back to back went, I don't see anything wrong with you besides the superficial stuff. And then a doctor actually came in and then she touched a specific part of my back and I just fucking yelled and she went, oh, that's not good. And then that's when they gave me a stomach scan and they went, okay, so your spleen is on the verge of collapsing because it took the brunt of the damage. So we're gonna give you a cast for your arm, blah, blah, a bunch of other shit. And then we're gonna keep you hospitalized and monitor you to make sure that nothing bad happens. So I stayed 1 night in the ICU where I couldn't move at all and I had to pee in a tube.
Hey.
But I had full control of my dick and balls. So keen-eared listeners might be wondering, where does the catheter come in? The twist is, I didn't have a pee catheter. I had a blood catheter. And did you know that blood catheters are the worst thing invented by a human being? because it is a big fucking tube that gets shoved into your wrist, down your entire fucking artery on your forearm. And the reason they had to do that was because they had to take blood tests every 2 hours, and they didn't want to have to prick my arm every 2 hours. So they just had a big fucking tube in me, and then they just turn a valve whenever they need to take my blood. But that was just for the first 24 hours. After that, I just had to take blood tests every like 8 or 10 hours or whatever.
That's still a lot.
Yeah. So afterwards, they have to take the catheter out, right? So they wheel me into my room and they go, okay, the ICU needs the catheter back. So how they do it is, it's actually doesn't hurt that much. They just fucking pull the tube out instantly. The problem is it comes out of your artery and out of your wrist, so there's going to be a lot of blood coming out. So what the woman did was the moment she took it out, she put pressure on my wrist, and then she wrapped a piece of cloth around my wrist, like super fucking tight. Like I instantly stopped feeling my hand because all the circulation got cut off.
Oh,
man.
Man.
And then she looked at her watch and she went, okay, I'm going to leave now. But in 15 minutes, you got to call me again to get this out. Because if you don't, your hand, it's going to be bad for your hand. Because, you know, getting blood cut off is not good. So I give it like 13 minutes and then I ring it because I know it takes them a little bit of time to get to my room. And then on the dot, she gets here at the 15-minute mark. But it's not her. It's a different nurse. And I go, hey, my hand's blue. We need to take this thing out like right now. And she just looks at my hand and she goes, ooh, I'm going to go call the nurse that did that. You stay right there. And I go, okay. Another 15 minutes pass. I call the button again. I go, hey, can't feel my hand. It's purple. Can I get this out, please? It's another nurse this time. And she goes, ooh, I don't know what that is. I'm going to go call the nurse that did that.
No!
And then at this point, I wait 30 minutes. And then I call it again. And then she finally shows up. And the moment she sees my hand, she goes, nobody cut it out? No! And then she literally just grabs scissors and cuts it out. She goes, anybody could have done this. I don't know why they didn't. So
Free healthcare.
Yes.
God damn it.
Thanks, Denmark.
I'd like to speak to the healthcare manager. This is unacceptable.
Another fun thing about being in a hospital room for a couple days is I assume this is also a thing in America. You don't have a room to yourself. You always have a roommate.
Not always, but
Not always. It depends.
Depends on the
okay.
hospital.
Well,
I had my own room and my appendix almost exploded.
Oh, okay. Oh, the appendix, baby's first spleen. I gotcha.
Yep.
yeah, I've been there too.
We had a lot of COVID cases and still do, so I think that's why all the rooms are pretty full. But my guy didn't have COVID. My guy, I don't know what he had. It had something to do with his stomach, but like his entire like lower half was completely bandaged up, so I assume it was bad. And he couldn't move from his bed at all, which means that he did actually have the pee and poo catheter. He had the classic. Here's the problem though.
No.
The way the rooms are organized are, you got the door and then you got two beds. I got the bed that's next to the door. My roommate got the bed that's next to the window. So the bathroom that we have in the room that's shared is next to the door. So which is good for me. I don't have to walk a lot to get to it. And he doesn't, and he can't use it. So I'm like, oh cool, bathroom all to myself. The problem is, every once in a while, his shit and piss bags have to be replaced. So he calls the nurses and, you know, they pull up the curtain so I don't have to see it. But they have to go empty the bags.
Oh no!
Oh.
Who's in the route to go empty the bags? It's me. So every couple hours,
God, no.
I'd have to watch a nurse walk back and forth with a bag full of piss and shit. And for the first couple of days, I actually saw a bit of meat chunks in there, so that was cool.
Oh my god.
Oh,
God.
what the fuck?
Meat chunks.
Oh.
Soup.
Yeah, that guy was not having a good time. And I'm pretty sure I caught him watching porn once, but
What? I mean, can you fault the guy? Look at what he's going through.
I can't fault him at all. I was just like, I mean, can you wait for the nurses to pull the curtains up?
Well, no, because then the nurses will be there. That'd be rude.
Do you think like, you know how there's that bean that they feed to that one animal and then it poops it out and then they make coffee out of that?
You mean bat guano?
Wait,
do you
what?
think like
no,
there's
talking about civet shit coffee. That's a thing.
I have actually
That's
fucking. What?
I've never
It's like
heard
the
of
most
that.
delicious coffee and the most expensive coffee on the planet. But yes,
because they make
dog
the
shit?
animal eat the beans and then it shits
They
them
make-
out.
it shits them
Cat.
out, and it shits them out as full beans, and it removes like all the acidity.
Whoa, that's
Yep.
so weird.
So they wash the beans, and then you fucking grind them up and put them in your coffee, and it is the most delicious coffee I've ever had, and I've had it once, and it was very expensive.
He had shit.
I did have shit coffee, and it was delicious.
Shit coffee.
He ate shit.
But do you think the hospital was doing that, but for like progressive stew?
Stop.
I'm gonna
Shut the fuck up.
Progresso, not progressive shit.
I was thinking progressive stew. I was
Like,
like, was this another healthkare joke?
Yeah, I thought you were like.
I didn't know.
You thought Brendan's joke was a little bit too advanced?
If I ever make a joke that sounds too advanced, it's a mistake.
Just own it.
I'm very intelligent. Ed, continue.
Oh, sorry. I was just trying to remember more details. I think that was about it for my hospital stay. The fun part is when on the last day they came up to me and they went, "Okay, before we let you go, we're gonna do a blood test and we're gonna do an ultrasound to check if everything's okay." And I went, "All right, bring it on." And then I waited for like an hour and then nobody showed up. And then a nurse showed up to like clean my sheets or something. And I said, "Hey, are you guys gonna take a blood test or?" And she went, "Oh no, turns out we're not gonna do a blood test because your previous blood tests were so good that we're gonna assume nothing's wrong now."
Free healthcare.
And I went, "Avery, I hate you."
You said that to her? That's fucked.
And I went, "Oh, okay. We're still doing the ultrasound, right?" She went, "Yeah." Okay. And then I waited like another hour and then the doctor showed up and I went, "All right, here we go. Take me to the wheelhouse." And then they went, "All right, Mr. Eduardo, you're free to go." And I went, "What? Am I?" And I went, "Oh yeah, you could just leave. We're done. You're good. You can go home and rest." And I went, "What about the ultrasound?" And they went, "No, but your previous ultrasounds were so good that we're actually going to skip on all of this and you just go home." And I went, "Huh." At that moment, I was just riding the high that I was going to get to go home. So I just fucking went with it. And I went home, spent a couple days just hanging out, not taking it easy, eating food in bed. Every once in a while I had to sit because otherwise I didn't circulate blood through my body properly. And then I had a conversation with Avery about the new Sherlock Holmes movie about his daughter starring Henry Cavill. And then Avery kept telling me that movie didn't exist and that really, really upset me, so my spleen burst.
What the fuck?
That's not a joke.
Avery, what the fuck?
You got so angry
You were
that
fucking with him when he was on drugs after getting hit by a car?
Listen, I was trying to recoup my losses. It didn't work the first time. I had to try something else.
But we were just talking about the new Enola Holmes movie on Netflix, and I got really, really upset. And then at a moment, I went, "I'm not feeling well. I'm going to go lie down." And then at first, it was just a really aggressive like stomach ache. And I was like, "Oh man, I must have eaten a lot." And then it kept getting really, really bad. And that's when I started sweating and going, "I don't want to go back. I'm just going to wait it out." Turns out spleen pain, when it ruptures, is the worst pain on the fucking planet because it's like a really sensitive organ that just implodes inside you and all the blood just starts gushing out. And it just, I mean, the rupture itself really, really hurts. So that's when I text my mom and I go, "Hey, don't freak out, but we gotta go back." The problem with your spleen bursting is that it's not constant pain, but the spleen is pretty much glued to the diaphragm. So every time you breathe, the pain gets worse.
Oh, man.
So I had to take really, really short breaths, which really didn't help the stress of one of my organs melting inside my body because I was breathing really fast because of stress and also because if I took long breaths, it would be like unbearable. The pain was so bad that when I got to the hospital and then they treated me and they went, "Oh yeah, you definitely have an internal hemorrhage." And then they took me in, gave me 1 dose of morphine, and then the nurse left. I rang the bell and I go, "I need more." And then she gave me more. Nurse left. I rang the bell. "I need more." Blah blah blah. I had to do that 11 times before I stopped feeling pain. I took 11 doses of morphine before I stopped feeling it.
Holy fuck.
That it was very bad pain. And then they took me in for a stomach scan and they said, "Oh yeah, you need surgery." The problem with the surgery was that 2 things. First of all, I was like, okay, whatever. They're going to put me under and I'm going to get a cool scar. Both lies. Straight up lies, by the way, because I asked before when they told me I was going to get surgery and they were going to wheel me out, I asked like, "Oh, okay, what are you going to do like a general anesthetic?" And they went, "Oh no, we're going to like put you to sleep." I went, "Oh, cool." So they wheel me in and they're telling me what the procedure is going to be, blah, blah. "Hey, we're going to cut you open, shove a tube in you, and then we're going to shove a tube through your whatever until we reach your spleen, and then we're going to reinforce the walls of your spleen." I went, "All right, that sounds great. When do I get knocked out?" And then they went, "You don't." I went, "What?"
Oh, no.
And I went, "Oh, yeah, this is just going to be local. We're just going to put up a curtain and you're not going to see anything." And then I had flashbacks to my circumcision. And it wasn't as bad. And I wasn't listening to late 2013's dubstep. So it definitely wasn't as bad. But yeah, they pull up the curtain. They gave me the anesthetic. Anesthetic was a fucking bitch, but whatever. And then I felt the tube go in me. And then every once in a while, I had to hold my breath. It was like a tube with a camera. It was actually kind of cool. But I didn't even. Not only did I not get put to sleep, I didn't even get a cool scar. Well, I did get a scar technically, but 1, it's not cool. 2, I'm not gonna be able to show it off casually because it's right next to my fucking right testicle. They cut me open next to my nuts, and then they shoved the tube from my nuts to my fucking spleen. I don't know why they didn't just cut open closer to it, but I guess they didn't want like a visible scar, which makes sense.
From your nuts to your spleen.
That's because you didn't ask for it to be visible. You should have asked before they started.
I don't think that's an option.
That was the mistake.
Hey, can you do this but cool?
There's always
the problem.
Dude, there is always an option, buddy. You just
This is the
didn't
problem
ask.
with socialized medicine. If I go to my doctor with a gaping wound, I tell him that I'll pay the $5,000 surcharge to get the cool scar.
To get the cool surgery. Yeah, so then that surgery was done. I was a bit doozy from all the morphine and the anesthetic. And then they wheeled me back to the ICU and the nurses went, "Welcome back." And I went, "You're fucking funny. This is a funny bit." And then they wheeled me back to the same room that I was in 5 days ago. And then when I was out of the morphine, the woman showed up to give me the sit rep and she was like, "Okay, so right now you have another blood catheter." But don't worry, because we went ahead and we used the hole that's next to your balls for it. So, yay. So now I have a giant catheter.
No!
Great news.
So now I have no, because they went, we didn't have to shove it in. The hole was there, so we just used that to put the catheter
Great
in.
news! It's next to your nads.
No!
So they tell me you definitely can't stand up because if you put any weight on this right leg at all, it'll hurt like a bitch because I have the tube goes into the catheter goes into my nuts and then down the vein of my thigh, my right thigh.
Man,
Jesus Christ.
this is great news!
To be fair, it kind of was because putting in the catheter in my wrist hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Removing it was fine. So I'm actually kind of glad, but we'll get to that. So back to peeing in a tube, back to the every 2-hour blood tests.
Classic.
But now they tell me that I should be fine, in theory, whatever. So, same procedure. I got to spend 24 hours in the ICU. And then the nurses straight up tell me in the morning, the most you can do is either lie down or sit up on your bed. You cannot bend your legs because you have a tube in there. And I went, you got it. So that's when the orderly, I think that's what those are calling, the nurses that show up to get you to shit or piss. Are those orderlies? Am I using the right word?
Yeah. I think that works, sure.
Yeah.
So then the orderly lady shows up and she goes, oh yeah, for context, they make patients sit on a chair at least once a day so blood flows better through your body. And she goes, all right, patient dumbass, time to sit in your chair. And I go, what? And they go, yes, you have to sit in the chair for your legs. And I go, no, I know. I can't. I have a tube in my leg. And they go, it's fine. It's not going to hurt. And they forced me to sit in the chair. It hurt a lot. So that was fun. I even said, can't we remove we're not going to need the catheter anymore because I'm going to a room soon. Can't we remove this? And then she goes, no, you got to move your legs. I'm not paid enough for this. And I go, okay. So I have to sit in the fucking chair with a tube in my fucking thighs artery. It hurts so much. And I literally just sat down for 30 minutes and I got back on the bed. Fuck her. Jesus Christ. And then a lady shows up and she goes, okay, time to remove the catheter. So here's the problem with the leg catheter. In my head, I was like, okay, so in theory, putting it in hurts. I didn't get to feel that. And then removing it doesn't hurt. So I was chilling. But then the lady says, okay, I got to warn you, this is going to hurt a lot. And I went, oh, why? Why is that? And she went, well, we can't. Because of the way because it's a hole in your fucking balls, we can't just wrap a piece of cloth around your entire waist because it's gonna crush your fucking cock and ball. So I'm gonna have to put pressure on it. And then I went, for how long? And she went, oh, at least 20 minutes. So she took out the catheter. I didn't feel anything, but then I had to feel a woman's fingers on my fucking open artery for 20 minutes. It hurt so much, dude. That's
awful, dude. Oh my fucking god, dude.
That was awful. But yeah, she had to do that for 20 minutes and then put like a giant fucking, she put like 7 bandages on it because it was a hole.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then she did that, and then she went, okay, you're ready to go to your room. We're just going to give you lunch before you go. I went, all right, sick. And then as I'm waiting for my lunch, a cleaning lady shows up, pushing one of those big carts with like the broom in it. And then she stops at the front, cleans my piss tube, and then she grabs the thing, pushes it over next to me to clean the floor. She hits my bed. She hit my fucking bed with the cleaning cart. And I freak out because the entire thing shook. And I'm not supposed to hit anything or shake. So I'm freaking out and I start texting my mom like, you're white, get her fired. I was so mad.
Holy shit. No.
I've never been more angry as to when that lady hit my fucking bed. Because I was literally like less than 24 hours after surgery. What a moron. But whatever. And then I got
probably a mistake, dude.
Yeah, I mean, no, they get the, oh, sorry, I'm the bed smasher. It's my shift.
Oh, dude. What if she was, though? That would be super fucked. She's just like, yeah, she just goes out and fucking destroys beds while you're on it, dude.
That freaked me out because, like, I already, like, literally, they told me that it was just, like, the reason my spleen burst was because It was already, there was a chance that it would happen, like, regardless, no matter how careful I was, because I was careful. But I have a feeling that it's because I was sneezing a lot. And then when I asked my doctor, he was like, yeah, there's a chance, because every time I sneeze, there's like big abdominal pressure. So you're at a point where this is the second time you're in the fucking hospital. You just got done with surgery on your spleen that you were told you wouldn't need. And then a woman shows up and goes, lol, and then just fucking hip checks you. Like what?
That's fucking horrible, dude.
Yeah, it freaked me out.
Oh my God.
So yeah, in the heat of the moment.
She was the driver.
In the heat of the moment. No, I straight up texted my mom, like, get her fired. But yeah, so I get taken to my new room, and my roommate this time is a very, very old man who didn't let me sleep ever. And I don't blame him. He had like some weird fucking breathing apparatus that went like into his like nose holes. And then it just, the machine like every 5 seconds went, so yeah, I barely slept that second hospital stay. But a couple more funny things happened. Namely,
how many? Sorry, I just want to cut. How many days did you actually stay in the hospital, like in total?
The
like
accident,
about a week.
The accident happened on the 17th. I got out of round 2 on the 29th or 30th. So like 2 weeks. Yeah,
that's horrible.
Yeah. But yeah, the second room, you know, I had the old guy that didn't let me sleep, but he was very nice. We talked shit every once in a while. Yeah. Do you guys know that machine? How do I explain this? You know that machine where like they wrap this piece of Velcro around one of your limbs and then it gets like really, really tight?
The blood pressure machine.
Blood pressure.
Yeah,
Okay,
blood pressure.
yeah. So they do that like every 30 minutes. But that's like regardless of what condition you have. They just do that to make sure you're not like passing out or anything.
Yeah.
So, right. Another piece of context as to how bad the pain was for the first day. It was so fucking bad that not only did I need 11 doses of morphine to stop feeling anything, they also said, hey, we're going to go ahead and give you 2 IV tubes for the rest of this hospital stay because it looks like you're not having fun, which was great, by the way. So I had 2 of them. So basically my left arm was completely just jacked up with every needle known to man. My right arm had a cast.
Living a dream.
So my blood pressure, they had to wrap the piece of Velcro around either of my legs, which I assume the nurses aren't used to. Because one time, a nurse showed up, took my temperature, took whatever, and then she fucking wrapped a piece of thing around my leg as like the last thing she was supposed to do because it's a whole like routine. And then it started tightening. And then it loosened up. And then, so you guys know the setup, right? Like it's like a little machine you have to push. It's on wheels and they push like from room to room and it's got everything on it. So she checks the machine. It says, oh, okay, fucking 130/80. You're good. And then she starts wheeling out the machine. She didn't take the Velcro out.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I start going,
Comedy of errors.
she almost fucking pulled me out of my bed.
Holy shit, dude. Yo, she's fucking powerful as shit.
Yeah, not I don't know what I think in that second hospital stay they got like extremely more incompetent because there were even bits where I would have a lady just I'd be on the bed, cast on one hand, left arm completely like just jacked up to shit. And then I'd have a woman bringing my lunch and then she'd put it on the table in front of me, like not the table on the bed. She'd put it in front of me and then she'd say bon appetit and fuck off. And I just sit there like, what? Dude, what the fuck? And then I'd have to like ring a new nurse like, hey, can you give me my food? It's over there. Yeah, I don't know. I think they just... I think they thought I was unironically that guy on Twitter that goes like, oh, hi, 1 surgery, please. I don't need it. I just want free stuff. Socialism.
What?
Have you not seen that tweet?
I can't stop getting surgeries.
It's that tweet that's like, a guy pulls up to the hospital and he goes, hi, can I have 1 surgery? Oh, I don't need it. I just like free stuff. And then the doctor shakes his fist and goes, because of socialism, I must comply. I think the nurses
Like
thought,
surgery is getting a breath mint.
Yeah, I think the nurses thought I was that guy, so they just stopped giving a fuck. Started trolling me.
Oh man!
Oh, speaking
He's
of,
just doing this for the free catheter.
I think I did unironically get trolled once because they the nurse showed up to my room and she went, "Hi, I'm the nurse that's gonna take your COVID test," and I'm like, "Okay, fair enough." And then she said, "Okay, so we're gonna have to take DNA samples from like, you know, your nose, your mouth, whatever." And then she said, "I'm really, really sorry. I'm gonna have to say this in French after because it's way funnier." But she went, "I'm really sorry. One of the tests is in your ass."
What?
And then allow me to say the French version because it's way funnier. She was genuinely, if she was saying it like, I could feel that she was heartbroken while she said that. She went, "Je suis navré. Un des tests c'est dans l'anus."
Oh my god!
So fucked.
I don't know why, but it's so much funnier because she said "Je suis navré."
Exactly.
That is so fucking, dude. I felt it. Holy shit!
All I caught was anus, but it was pretty funny hearing anus in French.
It's because for people who don't understand French, like it's just the most somber way to say that possible.
Yeah, it's like she's saying it's like
it's like she's going to fucking. It's like she's going to take you out back and fucking.
It's like she's saying the French version of "This is so sad." And yeah, I'm pretty sure I got trolled because then when my sister came to visit, and I was like, "Oh yeah, they had to do the COVID test. It was in my ass, lol." And she went, "What? No, it's not. It's just in your nostril. It goes like way up in your nostril." And I went, "Yeah,
happened, dude?"
And I went, "Yeah, no, they did that." And then she went, "Why do you have to put cotton in your ass?" I went, "I don't know." It happened.
What the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just got fucked with. Oh well.
Man, I see why people don't want to do that COVID test.
You got literaled, bro.
I'm trying to think of anything else that might have happened, but I think that pretty much wraps it up. And then, oh yeah, I think the other, I've told Avery this, but I think the only other time that I genuinely feared for my spleen, because I barely felt any pain past that. It was mostly well, no, actually that's not very true. For the first 3 days after the surgery, I could barely breathe, because now my spleen didn't hurt, but the problem is I bled so much that I had a giant clot, like a giant blood clot on my spleen hardened. So every time, same deal. Every time I inhaled, it would move the clot and it would hurt. So the doctor said, "We can't really do anything about that. You just have to like wait it out." And I did. Like 3 days later, I was like progressively breathing better and better. But on like day 4 or something of round 2, I saw the news that the new Borat movie was like greenlit and whatever. I don't know if you guys saw, but I saw the headline of the title that they went with. Do you guys know what
You thought you were hallucinating.
No, I just started laughing so much.
It's a long fucking title.
Have you guys seen it?
No, I have not.
I can read it out for you.
Yeah,
please do. Dude, I read it in the hospital bed and I was laughing so much. And
the first thing he sent it to me and he said, "I'm dying, literally dying."
Literally, It hurts so much because I couldn't laugh. I literally warned everybody, "Don't make me laugh because it hurts my spleen." And I just
for context, this is written in phonetics. Borat, gift of pornographic monkey to Vice Premier Mikhail Pence to make benefit recently diminished nation of Kazakhstan.
Like, I couldn't even read the full thing initially. I just saw the words "gift of pornographic monkey," and that was it.
Oh, that's fucking funny as shit.
Side note, I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer, because now a trailer's out. That movie looks fucking perfect. I can't wait to see that movie.
I have not.
I'm excited to see the people who didn't know who Borat was.
The plot of the movie is Borat comes to America again, but he's under disguise, so he doesn't get found. But he's trying to sell off his daughter to marry Michael Pence. Mike Pence, sorry. So that begs the question: why is it called Gift of Pornographic Monkey? I can't question Sacha Baron Cohen. He knows what he's doing. So whatever. But yeah.
Fair.
And then I had a friend of mine come to visit as well because he was in town. And he told me something, because like the night before that, so the reason I was out in the first place, but like 2 a.m., was because that night my friend had finished his dissertation, and he wanted to. It was a fucking Wednesday, so nobody wanted to go out, but he wanted to because he wanted to celebrate because he's like done with his studies for like for ages now, and he was like, "Come on, let's go out, let's have a few," and I was like, "All right, fine." But I'm not going to drink much because I was saving myself for Friday. So me and him went out along with 2 other people that we were really close to. We were having a good time. And then we went to like a few bars and he just started fucking pounding shots of tequila. And me and everybody else were like, we're good. you have fun though. And then, I just left it and that happened. And then he told me that like, dude, this is so funny because right before you texted me saying that you got hit by a car, I was literally typing out a message saying, dude, I woke up and I can't move. But then you said that to me literally. Like, I just had a really bad hangover, but you literally got hit by a car. And it was just weird because he visited me on round 2. So he visited me like on the 26th or the 28th. And we had gone out on the 17th. Like, it had been so long at that point, and so much shit had happened. Like, in between that and now, fucking Belgium went into lockdown again, so everything's closed again, and we can't go out.
Yeah. Same thing here.
So, yeah. But yeah, after that, oh, good lord. I think that's about it, though. They took out the leg catheter, my scar on my balls. Oh, right. No. And then, the biggest piece of anxiety was the fact that they told me, okay, so, we're going to give you a stomach scan on Monday. And if there's any amount of, we detected on the first scan that you have tiny wounds on your spleen that aren't the major ones, but there's a chance they might enlarge and bleed more. So if by that if the next stomach scan happens on Monday and any of those wounds got bigger, we got to get rid of it. Like, we got to remove your spleen.
Jesus.
What happens if they remove your spleen? What does the spleen do exactly?
It just severely restricts your diet, like what you can eat and stuff.
Yeah.
Not just that, the spleen takes a huge part in your immune system. So not only would it extremely restrict your diet, if you were to have your spleen removed, you could live fine, but you would have to add like 20 new vaccines to your list because your immune system would be just ass without a spleen.
You could not live deliciously.
No, not at all.
Damn.
But yeah, no, they did the stomach scan on Monday and I was fine. And then they said, all right, you can technically go home, but we're going to wait for the scan on Tuesday for your arm. And then they scanned my arm. And then they said, oh, okay, we think this will heal better if we take the cast off, because they think they said that if I got movement back on my arm, it would be better to get used to moving my elbow again. Because it was the elbow that was fucked. The fucking tendons turned into spaghetti. So
I wish that was me.
So I've just been having
tendon spaghetti.
I've just been having physiotherapy every other. I've been having physiotherapy every other day, and it's going well. But I still can't bend it properly. And my wrist is also pretty fucked. But we're gamers. Whose wrist isn't fucked?
At least you have a vertical mouse.
Hey man. Ergonomics. Shut up.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing.
Being serious.
Yeah, no, I got extremely lucky that I bought an ergonomic mouse like right before the accident, because I probably wouldn't be able to use a regular one because I'd have to twist my wrist into it, and I can't do that.
To be fair, I was making a joke. I've been using my fucking mixer for everything.
To the
now, and
ergonomic
my
community,
wrist
I'm
is
so
fine
sorry.
now. I'm so sorry. Well, it's more for Avery because Avery is the one that keeps recommending me to actually be careful about that shit.
Yeah, wrist pain sucks.
Yeah,
It does.
I have carpal tunnel, so
Oh, that's not good.
yeah, no, it's not good, but it's fine.
But yeah.
Actually, it's actually carpal tunnel that I have is comparable to getting hit by a car and staying for 2 weeks. Actually,
but yeah, the moral of the story is you can do hit and runs because apparently you can get away with it. Because today I got confirmation that they can't find the guy. So.
Oh,
GG.
really?
Yeah, they. I think I already.
How many points are you worth?
What?
$50.
Okay,
$50.
But yeah, I mean that's about it. I don't think there's a knee slapper on the conclusion. Is there? Well, there is. No, I
Oh
forgot about
shit! Yo!
This one was, and this was actually the worst one. Okay, so do you guys know? Oh my god, I blocked this out of my memory. That's how fucking bad it is. Okay, I'm gonna stop hyping it up. So again, so the ritual was in the mornings they'd give me blood tests, and then every 30 minutes they'd have a woman or a guy pull up and measure my blood pressure, take my temperature, and there was a third one that doesn't matter, but whatever. So that was the ritual. So 1 blood test a day, right? So I wake up. This is like a Monday, I think. I wake up. Guy pulls up, does my regular blood test, fucks off. I go, all right, sick. I personally, I don't know about you guys. I don't think blood tests hurt, but I hate them because they make me queasy. Doesn't matter how much they take.
Yeah, they
after they do it.
They
like,
make
it
me
feels
queasy
like shit.
too. Actually, I get queasy, but just like at the beginning, because I don't hate needles. That's the weird part.
No,
I just
I
get
don't
queasy
either.
about anything that goes into my veins.
Yeah, exactly.
Or not. I don't know.
Sounds like you hate
I don't
needles.
mind them. Is it?
What else goes into your veins?
A lot of things, bro.
Chocolate.
Like?
I don't know. Fucking.
Dirt and mud
crystal.
from the old industrial factory.
Yeah. Maybe I am
Blue-collar
scared of
jobs.
needles. I'm not scared of needles. I'm unsettled by
didn't
them. How
say
about
you were
that?
scared of
I'm
them.
not
I said you don't
scared,
like 'em.
Avery.
Oh my
I'm
god,
not
David.
scared.
David, you
I've
sound
never
really
been
defensive
scared.
for someone who's not scared of needles.
I've never been
To
scared.
the needle community, I'm so sorry.
My thing is like as long as I look away, like I'm fine because I've had so much Novocaine in my mouth at this point that it's just like, just poke me, bro.
Yeah, no, I also do the look away thing.
In your mouth?
But it's,
Yeah,
for me.
I have 15 fillings.
Oh, really? Wow.
Shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was poor as a kid. I didn't brush my teeth, so then I have a bunch of metal in my mouth.
Holy frink. That's sick. You're like metal mouth.
Yeah, I have a fake tooth and everything. Like my teeth are fucked. They look fine
Really?
though, so I mean that's
Yeah,
I
I've
broke
never
my tooth on a
noticed.
Snickers.
That's why I'm so surprised.
Yeah, I broke my
Your
tooth on a
teeth look
Snickers.
nice.
Yeah, I got lucky.
Yeah.
Brush your teeth, fuckers.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so the guy did the blood test, and for me, so every time somebody takes a blood test, my head hurts and I sweat a lot. I don't know why the sweating happens, but I do.
I don't know either.
And then
Actually, sorry. When you got tattooed, do you also get like super sweaty for no fucking reason?
I don't remember being sweaty for the tattoo.
Because every time I've gotten a tattoo, I always get insanely sweaty, and it's fucking disgusting. And she keeps having to wipe my fucking arm off.
I might have actually.
It's so gross.
I don't
Then the
remember,
blood
but
mixes with the
I
ink and
probably
the
did.
sweat.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Yeah.
But yeah, so guy takes my blood test. I get all sweaty and whatever, and then fucks off. And then woman shows up for the ritual, and then takes my blood pressure, and then she puts the thermometer in me, and then she looks at my hand and she goes, "Oh, they still haven't taken the IV out?" And I went, "No, they haven't." And she went, "Okay, let me take it out real quick." So, for context, for people that haven't been in the hospital, so IV is something everybody has that just fucking, it goes in your wrist and they give you like, it's like sugary water, basically. It keeps you fed, quote unquote.
Vitamin water? That's literally what they put in your veins,
pretty much it. And the way they set it up is they put it in your wrist, and then they like cover the entry point in tape so it doesn't come off, and then they bend it inside the tape. So how do I explain this? So like if the cable falls, it doesn't fucking hurt. You know what I mean? Like there's a bending point that's inside the tape. So when you remove it, what you do is you slowly peel off the tape until it's not contacting the skin anymore, and then you grab, the IV entry point like that, and then you just pull it like instantly, like in one motions, and then that's it. Like there's barely any blood that comes out when it doesn't even hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it's because the needle's so fucking tiny.
Yeah, and the thing is, you've had the needle in you for so long because it's the IV that your skin is so used to it that when it gets removed, you barely feel it, right?
Huh.
So I don't know what was up with her or her experience, but she thought that it would be better that you rip out the tape like a fucking Band-Aid. Which meant that when she ripped out the tape in one go, I was looking away when this happened, but she went, "Oh no." And then I felt a lot of pressure on my wrist. And I went, "What's going on?" And I look over. There is so much blood.
No! What the fuck?
Because when she ripped out the tape, the IV tube went with it. And there is so much blood.
Fuck that! Fuck that!
Well, you know what they say, you get what you pay for.
So I see that, and I just fucking grab the bed with my right hand, and I start going, "Oh my god, dude, this is awful." And then she goes, "It's okay, it's gonna be fine. I'm just putting pressure on it." And I feel myself going pale because of what I just saw. And then I start hearing beeping. Yeah. I start hearing beeping, and I go, "What the fuck is that?" And she goes, "Oh, that's the thermometer. It's done." "Oh no, you have 38.5. And in my head, I don't say it, but in my head, I'm like, "No shit, I'm dying here." I just saw my fucking wrist explode. And then she went, "Oh, 38.5. Oh, sometimes after surgery, you have fever. It's a side effect." And I'm like, "No, you ripped my wrist open. I'm freaking out. This has nothing to do with the surgery." And she goes, "Well, we can't be too careful. I'm going to have to take more blood tests." And I go,
my God, no.
Oh, no.
So I've already lost blood.
And you're being harvested.
So I've already lost blood from the first blood test. I am dying because of my open wrist. And then she pressures the wrist, puts like 2-3 Band-Aids on it, fucks off. The guy, when you take a blood test, it's like 3 milliliters tops. It's like a tube. She comes back with 3 cups.
You got the David special.
You were absolutely being harvested.
Dude, you have a clone too. This is sick.
So she fucking drains me for ages. And then she just leaves. So for the next 3 hours, my body is just white and shaking. I am shaking so much and I can't stop. And that was the worst. It was the worst. And the best part about it is, you know how like when you go take like give blood, they always give you a donut so you get your blood sugar back? You know?
Yeah.
Get fucked, retard. Lunch is in 3 hours. So
what?
Yeah, I didn't have food.
Weird.
I thought the IV. Were you plugged to an IV? Because that does the same thing, right? Doesn't it give you electrolytes and a bit of? No,
she took it out because that was my last day.
Oh no! Oh
no! She ripped it out. Did you miss that part? That's why he's bleeding so much.
No, I thought she ripped it out. I thought she ripped out the blood test. I didn't think she ripped out the IV.
No. The guy took blood tests and then fucked off. And then she was all she was gonna do was take the IV out and give me the routine, like, thermostat, blood pressure, whatever. I said blood pressure, not like blood tests, I hope.
Okay, sorry. That's awful.
Yes, correct.
That's fucking awful.
And then they told me, "Hey, you're." They actually did a final stomach scan this fine, and then everything turned out fine. Then they told me to go home, and I took the cast off.
That's good.
And now I've been at home for like a week now. And I had a really funny, not funny at all. Jesus Christ, this is so tragic. But I had a really funny conversation with my mom on the first Thursday after I came back again. And she went, "Are you sure everything's okay?" And I went, "Yeah, why?" And then she went, "Okay, because the accident happened on the Thursday and then your spleen ruptured the next Thursday. I'm just making sure that today you're okay." I was like, "Yes,
fair.
I'm fine. I'll be fine." And yeah, so now so far so good. I'm not too worried about the spleen anymore because like what they did was they fucking reinforced the walls of it. I have tightened spleen now.
That's good.
So
your spleen is so fucking powerful.
Chad spleen.
yeah, it's just my arm now before I can properly use a computer again. And I also I was telling this to either Cameron or someone earlier today. But ever since the hospital, I have a tendency to get tired way faster, like way more often than usual. I don't know if that's normal.
I mean, that's just because, you're recuperating.
Yeah, that's what he said too. But it's Cameron, so I was wary.
No,
Yeah,
he's right this time.
He might have been trying to bait me into something. I don't know, man.
Oh God, that's horrifying.
But yeah, that's talking to Cameron. Yeah. But yeah, that's my hospital story. It was terrible, and I never want to. Yeah, I never want to get hit by a car again. That's for sure. But I also never want to get hospitalized anymore. Like, good Lord, that shit was the worst.
I don't know. That seemed kind of fun, bro.
No,
that was kind of a funny story.
I also had to see the old guy. Oh, one time the nurses, when they were cleaning out the old guy, they cleaned him out and whatever because they have to clean out like his snort bag because he had like a bag that
his what?
Yeah, because he had like a
snort bag. Is he DSP?
His snort bag.
No. I was sitting next to Snort Franklin. But no, like I think because every once in a while I would hear him retch like constantly. I think like one of the tubes gave him oxygen, then the other one just took out like any phlegm or whatever. Because basically what I'm trying to get at is one time when the nurses cleaned out his retching bag, I guess they left it they forgot to take it out of the bathroom and they just left it in. So one time I went to go pee and I just see like a huge fucking like container that's full of green things and I didn't like that.
Tell us about the bachelor party,
Yeah,
bro.
I had a very different week than Ed after I ruptured his spleen. After I ruptured Ed's spleen, I went to a bachelor party. Yeah, so normally I wouldn't go to a bachelor party in the middle of a pandemic, but it's a family thing, so I kind of had to, or I would never hear the end of it. So the bachelor party was in Colorado, in the same town that we usually go to, like every year.
Oh,
yeah. It was there, and I didn't know anyone there outside of like my brother and my future brother-in-law. So it was strange. It was eventful, I guess. On the on the first night, I wanted to make a good first impression because I was going to be spending a week here.
Wait, how long was this bachelor party?
I'll get to that.
What?
So, first night, well, it's because it was like a fucking interstate travel kind of thing. Like, it wasn't just like a one-night affair. Like, it was in Colorado. So, on the first night, I just decide that I want to win these guys over, and I get a vibe over the course of the first day. And so, the first night, I get really, really fucking drunk to the point where I am in a hot tub shaking up cans of cheap beer and then crushing them, and then so that there's a hole open in the side of them, and then spraying them in my face.
What?
And then the dude next to me shakes up a can, crushes it on the side, and then starts spraying that in my face as well.
Holy shit! This is the college experience.
That's
like
Beerkkake.
It was like a fucking frat party. Yeah,
Beerkkake.
Beerkkake. Yeah. Most people call it a beer shower, but yeah, sure, fuck it, Beerkkake.
Well, it's a beer shower if there's only one doing it. If it's a bunch of people, then it's a Beerkkake.
That's fair. That's fair.
And you got to realize, anytime I come up with a good, like, awful pun, I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah. So I get
We're
a
all proud of
Beerkkake,
you.
and it was a very good.
Do you know how long I rode the high of coming up with the heat of the moment, the stand? I'm still writing it.
Yeah.
That got you through that hospital stay.
No, it didn't. Go on.
No, but so the first night, not much else. Oh, no. One other thing does happen. This is establishing, which is that one of the guys starts telling a bunch of stories while we're drinking. And I realized very quickly that this man is definitely mob connected because he tells a story about how he was in some super like bougie like fucking place, and because he's a rat, he was getting kicked out, and then one of the guys working at, I think it was like a restaurant or like a country club or some shit, and the guy's like, "Hey, wait a minute, what's your last name again?" And he's like, "Oh, it's fucking Tony." And he's like, "Oh, you Tony's kid?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm Tony's kid." And the guy's like, "Ah, no, let him in. That kid can stay. He's fucking Tony's kid." And then later on in the same story, he goes to Mar-a-Lago and kicks a dude down a set of stairs and doesn't get kicked out.
Oh.
So I think this man is mob connected or some other way connected. 100%. So fast forward to day 2, which is the day where I was like, all right, today I'm gonna hang out downstairs. I'm gonna do some work. I'm gonna get some writing done. And I do that for like a few hours. I mean, I go up, I hang out with everybody, whatever. And I go upstairs at like 7 p.m. And I see the mob connected guy. He comes up to me and he's got a knife and he like raises it to me. And there's a little bit of white powder on the end of the knife. And he's like, "Hey, bro, what's
Damn!
And I went, yeah, fuck it, why not?
It would be rude to say no.
It would be rude to say no. And also, I had a knife in my face, and I felt pressured a little bit. So I tried cocaine for the first time on the second night, and I was really, really curious about what cocaine felt like to do. And the best way that I could describe it is that things that are supposed to be slow get fast, and things that are supposed to be fast get slow. So all that does to me, because I'm like the most boring dude I'm like the most boring white dude on the planet. I do cocaine. What?
I'm just... you could make one of those DMC5 fucking AMVs. You could do it.
All it did to me was it made me wind up in the hot tub emphatically telling all these dudes about lion fights.
Lion fights?
Yeah, it's
lion fights.
I was drunk and on coke, okay? I was talking about lion fights. There were worse things that I could have been talking about. And honestly, that's pretty much all that I remember from that night. Emphatically talking about lion fights in the hot tub. And then night 3 happened. And night 3 was really interesting because that was the night they went to town. And I left that night early because I thought I was going to die. Because after dinner, when they were heading to the bar, everyone was already so fucked up and like being loud and like being a bachelor party. And they were in town, and some guys in the town who are very much the good guys in this situation, I would like to say, these strangers, they make some comment about how loud and annoying we're being, and then mob guy like goes up to one of them and like grabs him by the collar and points in the dude's face and points in the dude's face, and he says, "I'm gonna hold your fucking eyelids open so that you have to watch my boys beat up your friend."
What? What the fuck?
And that was the point where I went,
fuck is this guy?
I'm going back home. Because
what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. So additional little tidbit for that night. And I know I'm kind of blazing through this, but there's a reason for that. But additional little tidbit for that night is that They all got back like 2.5, 3 hours later, and one of them was missing. And when that was pointed out to them, they went, yeah, we don't know where he is.
Oh, c'est le hangover.
Yeah, no. And none of them could get in contact with him on his phone.
Comedy's dead.
Except at one point, after they had called him like 40 times, he manages to get his phone and call them. He's just fucking going,
oh, nice.
And everyone was like, you just need to get back to the house,
oh no, it's
man.
a Mortal Kombat fan. Get down.
And then I went to sleep. And then I woke up the next morning and he was back, so he survived.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so he was back and he was fine. He was fine-ish. He didn't look great.
Oh.
But he looked cold from the night before. So everyone was, because no one went and got him. And everyone was asking him, how the fuck did you get back? And he was like, I don't really know. I just know I was in a van at one point.
Oh, what?
Dude, that guy had a great night.
Was he getting abducted? What the fuck?
I don't know. He got back.
He has a story. Maybe he fought off a bunch of fucking... Yeah, maybe he fought off a bunch of dudes trying to abduct him.
Dude, he wasn't fighting anyone off in the state he was in. He could
The
barely
Hangover
speak.
4
You
has
forget
finished
the
filming.
Drunken Fist. Never underestimate it.
Drunken Fist, dude. Hell yeah. Movie slaps.
Usually when you're drunk, at the point of drunken fist, you can still speak though, on some level. You're like,
He's channeling that energy into his fist.
So day 3 after that is when everyone leaves. And that's when my dad shows up.
Oh no.
You mean our
Because, yes, our dad, me and Ed's dad shows up.
dad? Yes.
Because in the same place, in the same town, exactly after the bachelor party was ending, my dad was having his cult retreat.
Oh my god, dude.
I hate those.
And he asked me, hey, do you want to stay a few extra days for the first few days of the cult retreat? And I was like, yeah, fuck it. I'm not doing anything. Which means that I went from doing bumps of coke off a mafia-connected dude's knife to proclaiming the love of Christ in 48 hours. I've never felt more like a fucking US senator in my life.
Why'd you say yes?
Because I wasn't fucking doing anything, and it's also been a while since I had any stories for the podcast, and I went, this might be funny. So I stayed downstairs for the first presentation of the night.
90% of my decisions.
Yeah,
That's so true, man.
so I stayed downstairs for the first night of the cult retreat for the presentation, and I immediately start taking notes because I'm like, this is fucking strange. So the presentation starts. My dad says nothing. He turns on the TV and starts playing a different presentation. And the way it starts is, first, it plays a Man of Steel trailer. And I'm like, all right, sure, Christ figure, whatever.
Fucking way.
So it plays through the entire Man of Steel trailer. It's like, yeah, fucking whatever. It's art, whatever. After the Man of Steel trailer ends, it plays a Braveheart trailer. And I'm like, this is a less good allegory. This is not as good, but I guess it still works. And it's a dad movie, so I get it. Braveheart trailer, it plays through, it ends. Then it plays the trailer for Fury, the tank movie in World War II.
Whoa.
This one I don't get.
Yeah.
This one I'm pretty confused about.
I've seen that movie again recently, and I really don't get it.
Yeah. So the trailer plays through fucking Matt Damon, Shia LaBeouf,
What?
other people.
Matt Damon's not in that.
Not Matt
Wars
Damon,
lasers.
fucking Brad Pitt. You know what I meant. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Fury trailer, it
White
fades
guy.
out. Fade up. Second Braveheart trailer.
What is this? His whole presentation?
I thought it might be when I started watching. I thought my dad was just going to play a bunch of trailers and then start talking about God and somehow relate God to fury. And I was locked in at this point. And by the way, I was drunk.
Please tell me at some point he plays a Cinema Sins video, because this would just seal it.
No. After the second Braveheart trailer, it fades up, and it's the actual presentation that he's playing. And it's a white dude talking about how men aren't manly anymore. And he's really, really fussed about the masculinity thing. It is all he seems to be talking about at all. And it's about how men have a masculine soul. And if you want to get into heaven, you need to embrace your masculine soul. And people aren't embracing their masculine soul anymore.
Is he the guy that said leaning is gay?
Leaning is gay?
Maybe.
He might have been.
You don't know the one?
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know
He had,
about the man who said leaning is gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's talking about, and then he goes from talking about the masculine soul to talking about evolution. And he seems to be talking about how evolution is bullshit, because he's talking about how God created man specifically with a masculine soul. And he said it was man. He didn't say he made a person. He said he made man. And then he talks about the creation of Eve. And the entire time, it doesn't sound like he's talking about scripture. It sounds like he's talking about Dark Souls item descriptions. And then I got an idea based on some of the things that he was saying when I had that thought of this sounds like Dark Souls item descriptions. And it's a little game that I kind of want to play really quick, if that's okay.
God. Sure.
And it's,
Oh, no way.
I want you guys to guess if what I'm saying
I know exactly what this is.
is something I heard on the retreat, or is it a quote from Megatron?
Oh, I don't know what you're getting at. Wow.
Megatron.
Okay.
I watched a lot of Transformers as a kid, so I might be able to win.
Yeah, fair enough. If you
Which version of Megatron were you talking
all
about?
versions of Megatron.
It doesn't matter.
Any version of Megatron.
They're all the same.
He's a big angry robot.
This isn't like different versions
Okay.
of Ganondorf. Megatron is the same across the board.
First quote: "When he finally is so sick of his life, I am ready for a change."
Cult retreat.
That's not Megatron.
Yeah, that sounds called Retreat.
Megatron.
It's Cult Retreat. Everyone has 1 point but Brendan. Second one.
I'm aiming for lowest score.
This ain't golf, bro.
I'm gonna get a birdie.
Power flows to the one who knows how. Desire alone is not enough.
That's Megatron.
Megatron.
Cult retreat.
I think that's a
Cult
trick question,
Retreat.
but it definitely
I
sounds
think
like
that's-
Megatron.
It's Megatron. Mandy and Ed are in the lead.
Fuck.
Mandy and Ed
Hell
are tied for the lead.
Oh my god.
Okay. We can make them negotiate.
That could be either or.
That's just ominous
I
as
think that's
fuck.
still Megatron.
Megatron.
I think it's Cult Retreat.
Does everyone guess? Cult Retreat.
Megatron.
Yeah.
Everyone go. So it was Cult Retreat for Mandy and David, and Megatron
I said
for
Megatron.
Megatron for Brendan and Ed. You're all wrong. That was a trick question. That's a quote from Braveheart, which is a clip they played halfway through the presentation.
Oh shit!
Okay. You want your freedom? You'll have to fight for it.
That's Braveheart again.
That's cult retreat.
It's Braveheart.
That's Cult Retreat.
Okay, no.
Megatron would
That's
never
Man
say
of
that.
Steel.
That's Cult Retreat, yeah. Megatron
Yeah, it's
does
Cult
not care
Retreat.
about freedom.
Megatron. I watched every episode of Transformers. Megatron would never talk about freedom.
Well, what are you
Unironically.
waiting for? Think of the glory. Seize the day.
That's Cult Retreat.
That's Cult Retreat.
World War II.
I'm gonna have to go with Megatron.
Mandy's right. It's Megatron.
What? Megatron said seize the day?
Yeah, that sounds like Megatron.
Who is he? Fucking
two ahead
Robin
now?
Williams?
Megatron says live, laugh, love.
Sorry, man.
I consecrate the totality of my role in this fate.
Girl, you got that
I don't wanna
Grimlock pussy.
I don't want to believe. There's no way a cult person would have used that fucking
Wait,
word.
say the
That's
quote
pretty
again.
I
There's
consecrate.
no way Megatron
I
would.
can't.
I consecrate the totality of my role in this fate.
Megatron.
Megatron. No way.
No
I'm gonna go with
way.
cult retreat.
I think Mandy wins.
Cult Retreat.
Mandy wins. That was Cult Retreat.
Damn.
Oh, man.
I can't believe. Say it again.
I consecrate the totality of my role in this fate.
Those words are too big for a Saturday morning cartoon.
That's what I would.
It could have been. It could have been any version of Megatron, though.
That's like one of those voice lines that happen in
the
Xenoblade Chronicles. Fucking, you just hit him once.
Those words are too big for a Michael Bay movie too. Like
that's what I was thinking.
What
like,
Megatrons are there?
Yeah.
It could have been the comic books.
Maybe Platinum game
what?
Megatron.
Are you ignoring the cartoons? The millions of cartoons?
No, because I said it wouldn't be a cartoon.
He would never say that in a cartoon.
They would.
I said it wouldn't be a cartoon. It's like, well, what would it be?
Wouldn't.
Dude, Megatron's a lexicon. That's the type of Decepticon he is.
You're an idiot.
I'm really sorry. I remembered the best part of my stories and now because Avery said something that triggered a part of my brain. Can I also fit this in before Patreon questions or whatever?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Cares?
So before I start, you guys remember I said that before I left I had to do a stomach scan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me give you some context. So that entire week, my abdomen like pretty much hurt all the time, and I couldn't do any abdomen exercise. Well, like, you know, not like I'm not saying like doing push-ups and shit or pull-ups. I just couldn't do anything that would make my abdomen tense.
Yeah.
So shitting was a problem. And it got to a point where like on day 3, my stomach hurt so fucking much, and I was like, oh god, it's my spleen, it's rupturing again. And then my nurse told me, no, you just haven't shit in 3 days and you've been eating solids. And I went, oh yeah, that is bad. And like, I literally just couldn't shit because trying to push it out even by a little bit just hurt so much. So at a point I ask a nurse and I say, hey, I'm sorry, I can't shit. I need something to help. And then she gave me a laxative and she told me that like, okay, you just drink this and in about an hour you go to the toilet and you'll barely have to like push at all. It'll all just start coming out. And let me tell you, I didn't develop an addiction to morphine. I developed an addiction to laxatives. Because that shit is nice. You go to the toilet and you don't even have to work for it. It's amazing. It just...
I don't know.
It's just the instant gratification of feeling empty. Without any of like the busy work. You cut out the middleman. It's amazing. And it doesn't even taste that bad.
What the fuck are you eating normally?
Regardless.
Ed out here eating gravel.
Technically I did.
Eat more fiber, bro.
But regardless. So every other day I was drinking that laxative to make sure my my shitting didn't hurt like at all. And it was amazing. Dude, also not shitting after 3 days, straight up better than sex. It's better. Period. You guys need to try it. You guys need to get to a point where you're...
Laxatives?
No, not even laxatives.
Just
not even
for 3
laxatives,
days.
dude. Just get to a point where you've been eating solids constantly and you haven't shit in 3 days. Get to the point where your stomach just hurts all the time and then take a dump. It's amazing. Seriously. Anyway, I was taking those laxatives every 2 days to help me shit. And then Monday shows up and you go, all right, time for your stomach scan. And
Sweetie, time for your stomach scan.
And I told them, hey, I know I'm supposed to be like fasting for 4 hours prior to this, but I still drank my like day on, day off laxative. Is that okay? And they went, oh yeah, no, don't worry about it.
Oh,
and I went, okay, cool. So they wheel me out to the stomach scan. And they have 2 guys transfer me, like they fucking, one of them grabs me by the legs, one of them grabs me by the back, and they put me into the scanning bed. And then they go, okay, you remember how this procedure goes. We're going to put you in. We're going to ask you to hold your breath every once in a while. And then during the last scan, we're going to pump this really warm liquid inside you that's going to go from your IV to your stomach so we can clearly see the walls of your stomach, take one final scan, and then kick you out. I went, all right, yeah, perfect. I know how this goes. So the guy goes behind the glass. A machine starts up. I get pushed in. And then this lady on the intercom goes, oh, breathe in, breathe out, whatever. And then the guy on the intercom goes, all right, we're going to pump the liquid in now. I went, okay, cool. And that liquid is really, really warm. So you actually feel it go from your fucking wrist through your arm, through your chest, and then into your stomach.
Mm.
The thing is, I've had this test before, and usually the warmth of the liquid just stays inside your stomach area the whole time.
Oh no.
This time,
Oh no.
the warmth
Fuck.
went from my stomach for half a second, and then all of that warmth was stored directly into my ass.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh no.
And when you're on painkillers and you have, and just your ass suddenly just feels extremely warm, you shit yourself.
Oh God, no.
So I shit myself. And I start dying laughing inside the scanner.
Oh my
And the guy in the
God.
intercom keeps going, please control your breathing. And I can't. Because I shit myself. And then one final time they go, okay, breathe in and hold your breath. And I do. And then they go, breathe out. And then the machine stops. And I gotta give props to the two guys that put me back into my hospital bed. Because they didn't make me feel bad. I assume this type of shit happens all the time. Because they didn't even get a reaction to seeing a shit stain on the fucking scanning bed. They were so nice. And I thank you for not making it weird. But
Thank you for not making it weird when I shat on your equipment.
yeah. Sorry, I had a poopsie whoopsie.
Oh no.
No.
But yeah, I shit myself. I like to imagine, a part of me likes to imagine the fact that they knew I shit myself because they could literally see an x-ray of my body shitting itself on. Like, they got to see it live and in detail.
Oh no. That's so fucking disgusting, dude.
But yeah. Patreon questions?
I guess. It's a good a transition as any.
We have to hurry with these. I have things to do. My girlfriend came in. She's like, "It's still going." She's like, "Why you look so pale?"
That man asks, if you were Freaky Friday'd with another podcast member, who would it be and what lesson would you
Cameron.
learn?
I was gonna say Cameron.
I'd get to learn about how how those movements work from the inside. I could tell the police.
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ, man.
I was gonna say Cameron so I could learn to relax.
I would get Freaky Friday'd with David, and my lesson would be music sucks.
What? What? What would my lesson be with you then?
Oh, wait, is that it? Do
we have to. Well, because in Freaky Friday they both learn
it's just
something
what
from
lesson,
each other.
what lesson would you
Gives a
learn?
shit.
Yeah.
No.
It's just what lesson would you
Okay.
learn? Like, Mandy didn't say what lesson Cameron would learn from being him.
What would he learn from being you? What would anybody learn?
See, I was going to pick Mandy to Freaky Friday, but then I
would
realized
learn
that Mandy
fear.
is the type to have his bones sealed so that nobody could enter.
What?
That's not how it works. Freaky Friday isn't like your fucking skeleton goes out of your body and like puts on the other person's body.
Oh, then I pick Ed so he can have like a rest.
like a
What's your lesson?
But
He
he
can do
wouldn't
whatever
be
he
able to.
wants.
He wouldn't be able to extend his arms though.
He
Yeah, I
already
know.
can't.
I mean,
He would just be the
he already
scare one.
can't.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's your lesson?
How to be a Lego man?
Brendan doesn't need to learn that lesson.
I'm so confused.
No, I.
Who do you think is learning the lesson in these situations?
I didn't even
David?
hear Brendan's first one. He was gonna learn to not extend his arm. Was that what you said?
No, he just wanted to give you a break.
I just wanted to give you
I
a
already
break,
have
and then you
one.
could know what it'd be like to be a couple inches taller, manlet.
What? What the hell?
Oh, I want to learn what it's like to be tall.
You don't.
Let's
It just hurts.
Let's
just pain.
Brendan, let's exchange, and you can
what's
learn what it's like to
yours?
be a tiny
Get me outta
baby,
here.
and then I could learn.
I don't know. I've been thinking about it this whole fucking time. My first answer was my first.
God, this hurts, Mandy.
My first answer was to get fucking isekai'd into Cameron's body, so I learned to be less of a bully. But then I went, that sounds boring. Yeah, I guess
You would
that.
learn what it's like to be bullied.
I know what it's like to be
I'm
bullied.
gonna Freaky Friday with Brendan, and then walk in and quit his job for him.
Oh yes, okay, yes.
I would do
I
that.
picked Brendan.
I would do that.
We gotta.
I would go into Brendan, and then I would force myself to make a fucking voice acting reel.
This is just a more limited version of the question about where we could get swapped into anyone's body, and we all pick DSP.
Yeah.
No, I genuinely would. If I get swapped, I mean, no, let's not do that. That's not a question.
What?
I was
What?
gonna start answering that question, and then I went.
We've
no.
already done that.
Have
I
we?
became DSP.
Yeah, we already did
You
that.
became. I don't remember what you became.
We did-
You probably became DSP.
Yeah. Stick Larry asks, what is something that each of you hate for no good reason?
Among Us.
Bob's Burgers.
Oh yeah,
Beautiful
Mandy
Joe.
says Bob's
Really?
Burgers. Mandy hates Bob's Burgers.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't. Okay,
I'm actually-
there's
I think it's
context behind
mediocre,
this.
but yeah, go on.
I usually like. So I usually like dry cartoons, and I've never like seen a full episode of it, but it'll be on, and whenever I see it, it's just like people. It's dumb people scream talking at each other. Like, oh my god, the burgers are spilling, and then like and they'll come back, and that makes me mad. And they'll come back, and there's like this. I think he's supposed to be like. I don't know if he's like supposed to be real special. It seems like Teddy or something. He's like, Bob, my boat's
yeah.
on the ground. Help me. I'm like, what the fuck is this show? Whenever I see it, it's just people. It's just everyone's dumb. And I don't know why, but for some reason, it really fucking pisses me off. Everything about it. Like, I saw a scene of them in a boat, and they had this girl wears a rabbit hat, and they had her ears wiggling a little bit with like this digital effect. I'm like, they thought that was really good animation. That fucking made me mad. like look at our attention to detail when we wiggled this around in Flash.
Oh my god, dude.
I can't stand it.
Jesus
He's ranted
Christ.
to me about this like 4 times.
That is so fucking weird.
I
it's like,
remember
maybe I just need to
you
sit down
didn't
and watch
even
an
mention one of
episode.
my favorites, which is the time you asked your girlfriend, why does that girl have bunny ears? And she says, oh, it's like an homage to Bugs Bunny. And you just like felt all of the muscles in your body tense up for no reason.
Well, because she's like, I want to kiss this boy in class. It's like, oh, it's a Bugs Bunny homage. What? How?
Oh my god.
I don't know why. I've seen way worse shows. I've seen way worse shows.
You seen Hoops?
I don't
funny
know
as
why.
shit.
Have you seen Hoops?
don't
on
know
Netflix?
why.
Shit.
Hoops? No, I
You
haven't.
should.
Hoops? What is hoops?
It's the new dog shit Netflix animated show, and it's just Family Guy and Rick and Morty.
Like, I don't even think Bob's Burgers is like
Oh!
horrible.
The premise of the
I just
show
fucking
is
hate it.
basketball coach.
It's
that
like a fucking
swears
basketball
lot.
coach.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw it. Well, I saw the preview and it looked
it
horrible.
is. Yeah, I mean, mine's just Among Us because I was just telling them, but it was the last thing that I was playing a lot before I was hit by a car, and then while I was in a hospital, I was just like, what the fuck am I doing in my life? That game sucks. That game's so shit. And so I just came out of the hospital and now I hate it.
I know what mine is. Oh, what's it fucking called though? I'm blanking out so hard.
Describe it.
Electro Swing. I fucking
Yeah,
hate
you do
Electro
fucking
Swing.
hate Electro Swing. I remember that.
I fucking hate Electro Swing so fucking much.
You're a weeb
and I
and
don't
a
know
furry.
why.
Is that even allowed if
What?
you're a weeb and a furry?
I don't
to
know if
hate
it's allowed.
electro
I
swing?
just hate electro swing. Pisses me off, man. I don't know why, but when I hear electro swing, my blood starts fucking boiling. It's so fucking weird. I hear that one fucking Gold Digger song, and I'm like, holy shit! I want to break the speaker in half.
The Caravan Palace one?
The Kanye one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking hate Caravan
Yeah.
Palace. I don't know why. I think I hate it even more when people are like, oh, you don't like it? It's like, yes. And it gets worse. I fucking hate it. It's so fucking average.
these are so
Same thing with
confusing.
synthwave. Synthwave and electro swing pisses me off so
Synthwave. I haven't heard
fucking
of
much
this one. Why does
for
synthwave
no
piss
reason.
you off? Like,
Yeah,
like you don't
I-
like Carpenter
I
Brut?
don't know.
Surprising.
No,
Nah, he's ranted to me about
I
Carpenter
don't like.
Brut.
No,
He's-
I actually don't
Yeah.
like Carpenter.
Really?
Carpenter
That's
Brut. I
shocking.
don't know why. I liked
No,
like.
you know why.
I liked it
remember
at
you
one
were telling
point.
me you just fucking hate him because this, and this. You went on for a while.
How do you feel about Nightcore?
He has one song,
I don't.
and people
agree
have
with
been
that at
writing
all.
that shit.
He doesn't.
I fucking hate. Every song is the same.
It's really not.
I don't like
They're
them.
really not
I don't
the
like
same. The
Carpenter
songs sound
Brut.
very distinct.
like already,
Like Electro Swing, I
hate
get. Electro
Carpenter
Swing
Brut.
sounds like one song over and over again. Like I can get
Synthwave
that.
also sounds
No, it
like
doesn't.
one song
That's-
over and over
that's
again.
where I'm going
yes,
with this.
it
It
does.
fucking
Carpenter
doesn't.
Yes, it
Brut's
does.
two biggest songs literally sound like they were made by two different people.
Yeah, what are you fucking talking about?
Turbo Killer and Roller Mobster
They
sound pretty fucking.
No, they don't.
Oh, suddenly David is softening his intonation once he actually thought about the fucking music. The second David thought about it, he went, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to sound like a retard if I say this. If I say Turbo Killer and Roller Mobster sound the fucking same.
It's like saying fucking. Oh, what's his name? Now I'm
don't-
blanking.
I saw them live and it was fucking awful. I think that's why I got angry at them. It's been so fucking long since I fucking listened to Carpenter Brut. I remember seeing them live because I loved Roller Mobster and the show was cheap. And I had one of the worst experiences at a concert I've ever had. And it pissed me off so fucking much that I just started hating Carpenter Brut because they are awful live.
So you really do have no good reason.
So fucking bad.
They
They're-
could have been,
no,
they could
they're
have-
awful
They could have
fucking
been
live.
bad live once. You're the only person I've ever heard that complaint from.
I hated that show.
That's fine.
And
I'm
the
not
worst
telling you
part
you
is,
can't.
after the fucking show, we were stuck inside. We waited 2 hours to get our fucking coats to get out, and it was just the worst experience ever. And we waited outside in the fucking snow, and it was just shit. So I was already pissed because I paid money to see a bad show, and then it got even worse. Why do I hate Carpenter? I guess that's the reason. I guess there's no
You just
fucking
went
good
through a
reason. I
fucking
just hate
character
them.
arc. You just went through a fucking character arc answering.
There's no good
the
reason. That's literally the question. There's no reason. I just hate it, and that's it.
Oh my god.
That's the question.
Fuck. Mine's Naruto, I think. I've literally
That's
I have
understandable.
no reason whatsoever to hate Naruto, but I do.
No, well, you
I've
hate
s-
Naruto by
there's a few
association
reasons.
because I tell you about the dumb shit. and
No,
I
that's not even. I already hated Naruto.
Oh, okay.
I hated Naruto for no good reason. I had seen one full episode of Naruto, and it's the one where he drinks the bad milk. And then in high school,
That's like the
constantly,
second one.
my stupid fucking idiot friend Jacob.
Oh right.
I'm gonna call him Jacob because that's his fucking name, Jacob. He fucking kept on showing me these fucking goddamn Naruto fights. And he was like, yeah, no, you
Oh,
gotta watch it,
man.
bro. You gotta watch it. And then I went over to his house one time, and instead of watching Naruto, we watched some other stupid, shitty fucking anime where a dude's talking about how fucking sick pink muscle is. Now, there's white muscle and red muscle, but this one guy, he's super jacked, but he's not super big because
What?
his entire body is pink muscle. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And he's like, it's anime. And I went, what does that mean? And so I just developed
Oh.
a fucking such a strong hatred of Naruto because of this other
That's fucking
this
Kenichi,
other
right?
fucking show that just talked about pink muscle for 5 minutes of my life that I will never get back. And for some reason I associate that with Naruto. And every time I think about Naruto, I think about Sasuke and his fucking pink muscle and his stupid fucking hair. And Naruto's chasing him through the woods going, Sasuke! That's it.
That's
I fucking hate
Kenichi.
Naruto.
The fucking pink muscle shit is Kenichi
I don't
the
care.
Mighty's disciple. I haven't heard about that show in forever.
I thought it was Bleach for a long time because I didn't know what Bleach was. I just knew that Jacob was a big fan of Bleach too. So when I knew he was a big fan of Bleach, and I went, that wasn't Naruto. That was probably Bleach. There's only 3 of those, right?
Yeah. There's One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach, and everything else is one of those.
What? Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball as well.
Shut up.
Dragon Ball is actually Bleach.
Don't fucking disrespect Dragon Ball around me.
Shut up, Ed. You hate Dragon Ball.
Shut up.
Yeah.
This joke doesn't work anymore. You do it every single fucking time.
Hey, man. Leave him alone.
See, I hate Beautiful Joe.
Why do you hate Beautiful Joe?
I just fucking
Really?
hate his smug fucking face.
You hate Beautiful Joe?
I fucking hate
That's
that
shocking.
game, and I hate his stupid
What the
fucking
fuck?
If I had
smug
to guess
face.
anyone here loved
Brendan.
Beautiful Joe, it would be David, but then it would be you after that.
No.
I have another one that's not just Among Us, because Among Us actually has a reason.
go, baby.
And Brandon saying Beautiful Joe made me remember. I fucking hate
Who?
that
What did you just call me?
Brendan.
You called him
You said,
Brandon.
I heard
You called him
Brandon.
Brandon.
Do I have to fucking kill you?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Finish the
Mode.
job.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It was for comedic purposes. I don't care that
That
much.
was just
Continue.
a slip of the tongue. Sorry. I just when I get really upset, I say things wrong. But
Brand Daniel.
Please.
Brendan
Please.
said Beautiful Joe, which made me remember this other fucking game with a red guy that's not funny. It's not fucking funny. And every time I see a trailer, I go, this sucks, and I don't want to know what this game is.
Wait,
What red guy?
It's a red guy, and it's like a wrestler. His head's a circle.
Mario.
Mario.
And he talks
Red
like
guy.
this.
Musha Lucha?
Oh, I talk like this.
Red
Fucking
guy
what?
wrestler
What
heads
are
a
you
circle.
talking
What are you
about?
fucking
What
talking
the
about?
You invented that.
No.
There's no way that's real.
Welcome
It's
What the
this
fuck?
retard.
Lucha Lucha?
Fucking Strong Bad.
Oh, Homestar
Strong
Runner? You
Bad?
hate
Strong Bad?
We're seeing trailers for
This
Strong
shit
Bad.
is so
That's not a video.
not a game.
annoying.
That's not a game.
Whatever this
That's a web
is.
series.
I don't fucking care. I don't care what it is. I don't care. It's fucking stupid. Get it out of my face.
This is I think this is the weirdest one.
Strong Bad hasn't been relevant in over a fucking decade. Why do you hate him?
Because every time I saw him, it was in bits or whatever, and he wasn't funny every time, and I hate his voice.
Oh, Ed, you don't have to hate me like that. Come on,
And I
bro.
always thought it was from a fucking game. And I hate him.
No, it's from a web series.
Homestar
It's in
Runner.
Poker Night in the inventory, I
from
guess.
what?
Ed, you don't have to hate me like that.
Homestar Runner.
Homestar Runner.
It's a Flash
Sure.
thing. Who could forget albino black sheep?
Who could forget
Ooh,
Come
forget
On, the
Edom's
Hookwa
World.
Gods?
Up butt coconut hat.
I can't believe I'm hearing about Strong Bad.
Can't believe
I'm hearing it and I'm hearing someone
about it in
passionately
this
fucking hates him.
context. And
This is such a
context
weird
of
time to talk
passionate
about
fucking
Strong
hatred.
Bad.
To be
This
fair,
is
the
like very- I
cinematic
fucking hate
parallels.
character from Static Shock. I go to bed mad about him. I go to bed mad about Gear from Static Shock.
Fuck you. Gear is awesome.
I know. I'm just saying. It's like hearing that.
Oh, yeah,
It's
true.
like
I
God.
mean,
I
if we're
fucking hate
talking
this
about
character
that,
from Static Shock.
sometimes
I hate him so much.
Sometimes I go to bed mad about Jeff the cameraman from Uncharted 2.
Oh yeah, you do.
we end this?
No, Ed has yelled at me about Jeff the cameraman. I think it happened weekly when we were living together. You brought it up in uncanny amounts.
Because it kept pissing me off, because just don't bother naming him if you're going to call him Jeff the cameraman. And they'll give me an entire mission where I have to carry his limp fucking body for 30 minutes. And then it gets to the
Holy
end,
shit.
and then there's a cutscene where Lazarevich goes, I'm going to shoot you in the head now, and then he dies. What was the point?
Ed, holy shit. I thought of a great joke, and it's like related to like 30 minutes ago. So bear with me.
Okay.
Do you remember how like you hate Among Us because you were sitting in your hospital bed, like, and you were thinking, God, what has my life come to that I'm sitting here playing Among Us? Do you think that's imposter syndrome?
Thank you so much for listening. As always, this episode wouldn't be possible without the help from our patrons such as Agrable Winslow, AJ Wigglesworth, Alan Diver, Alex Steer, Ark, Buckshot Papaya, Dax Ritchie, Dead Dreams, Desric Gothroy, Dreams of Ice, Ducky Madness, Fang Jade, Generic Phoenix, IK Benjam, Jeff Smith, Manuel Martinez, Marco Sotelo, Miyako, Notoriety, Pyropat, Seawolf 812, Sky, Spooky Ghost, Teague, That Man, The Foreskin Wizard, The Ultimate Lifeform, Shadow the Hedgehog, creation of Gerald Robotnik and Black Doom and protector of this damn planet, Travis Vapes, Unarmed Toaster, Vanderick, William Oliver, and Winchester Curse. Thank you all so much for the support and for staying with us for another season, and hopefully you'll be back for season 5.